guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Syndicate lake. Now we've decided to come on the smaller lake of the two, purely down to we're getting into that autumnal time of the year where the acorns are falling on your bivvy every 2 minutes, the conkers are dropping and the leaves are starting to fall, and it's just the old temperature's starting to drop. So what I've decided to do is come on here. Now if any of you guys watched the vlogs from last year, you'll remember that they actually shut this lake through the sort of winter period due to the light trail and stuff that they do. This the build up to Christmas and what have you. So they're going to actually start that at the beginning of this month. So yeah, I would like to try and get one of the old mirrors that we target, because there's a couple of buttes, and we had one a few sessions. Well, actually it was about sort of summertime. We had one of the old gnarly mirrors, and I'd love to repeat that. So yeah, so we've decided to come on here. We've got just tonight I've got to be off really early in the morning due to the football with the kids and stuff. So yeah, so that's what we've decided to do. We've come around to this swim now. It's a swim 9. I don't know if any of you guys remember from the last vlog we had here. We actually got cut off. We got a take in the middle and it actually hooked off around to the left. So there was some sort of snag and it actually got caught on that and it cut me off. So I was a bit wounded on that one. So hopefully we can get our revenge. But the reason I've come in here, I've seen one fish jump out. And that's all I've seen anywhere else, but I've actually seen quite a lot of fizzing. Now if any of you guys remember again from the last vlog, there was a big wall of weed, and now it's about 10 foot out there. It's about 8 foot of weed. So I was fishing in a channel beyond there, so I will just double check that and see if that's all still nice and clear, because it was last time. It was lovely. So I think it's a patrol route. I think they're in and amongst this thick weed, so hopefully if we can flip one out there to the clear spot, we might get amongst them when it comes to sort of dark o'clock. So anyway, that's a little update for now, guys. I haven't got anything sorted, as you can see. I've just got all my stuff through. It's a bit of a tight swim. It's a bit of a battle to get all your gear through here, to be honest. It's quite tight. But anyway, we've got stuff in here. Right, let's get sorted, get the rods out, and see if we can get a little lead about and find some spots. Right, I'll be in touch in a bit. Right, so what I'm going to do is I've already looked in my phone, a number of wraps from last time. So I'm just going to have a look in that channel again, just see if we can find it, see if it's nice and clear again. And yeah, put the lead out and see what we can find. Yeah, soft, very soft. But we're getting a drop. It's just pulling through the silt. It is very choddy, but there's no weed. So still no weed. So that's probably a rod length. Hopefully you can see this. That's another rod length. So I'm about 2 rod lengths away. I'm pretty sure about now I'll pull into weed. A little bit more. Maybe it's a little bit clearer there now. That's the weed there. Right. This is solid. And that's pulled through lovely. So yeah, it's not as weedy as it was, which is good. Have another go. I will put an old rig on when I'm happy with a spot, because you can just pick up any little strands. You think you're clear there, because the leg comes back quite clear. But if you put an old rig on, you can find that, there we go, it's very soft again. Yeah, what you can find is as you're pulling in like this, you think you think that's all lovely and clear, but when you pull it in with an old rig, you get a lot of the old debris on the floor and bits and pieces. So I think it's a little edge. So one of the old guys that used to fish down at my old Syndicate used to do, and there we go, there's the weed. And I used to clock him do it, and I thought, why does he do that? And then I noticed there was a lot of crap coming back in on his old rig, so I started doing it. And you do find some extra little bits that you wouldn't usually know was there just by doing a single lead. Make sure I wash my hands after this, because the old blue-green algae is not supposed to be the best for you. So that's right, round 2, let's have another look. Gosh, it's gone slightly left. That's nice, that's a bit of a firmer drop there. Have a little look. So I reckon you could probably pull through that's about half a rod length. Let's go another whole rod length. I think I've just hit the weed there. I think it was about two rod. No, there we go. There's the weed. So yeah, it's about 2 rod lengths. So I think I'll get over the top. I think that'll be perfect. Be able to get 3 rods in that channel. I think I was going to go with a D rig. I might still do one on a D, the old Ghost Butterfly, and then the other 2 I think I'll go with the Jelly Wire and the old Ronnie rigs, the Ever Faithfuls. I'm going to go power curves with them rather than the anti-ejects, because them hook holds are ridiculous. So anyway, right, let's get this sorted. I think I'm going to try and clear some of this weed as well, because this is a nightmare. Anyway, right, I'll be in touch once I get the rods out and we're sorted. Oh, battle, look at this. Weed City. God. Oh dear. Right then guys, the rods are set, all good, happy with them. So yeah, I've got 3 out, probably gone, well, probably a rod length or two just beyond that weed bed I spoke about into that silk channel. They've all gone out lovely. So what I've decided to do is I've gone with two with a Ronnie rig, like I said, and I have gone one with a D rig. And what I'm fishing little Amina Marine for Pure Bait Concepts on all 3. So obviously 2 pop-ups for the Ronnies and then 1 little wafter for the D rig. So that's what I'm doing for the 3 rods in that channel. It's just on catapult range, but of course when I've tried to get some baits out, I've got mullered by the flying rats. So yeah, I haven't managed to get much bait out yet, so I will do that when it gets a little bit dark. But again, I'm just going to scatter baits. I'm not going to use any park or anything this time. I'm just purely using 18 millers, and I'm going to just catapult a good chunk of bait out there, because I think they're going to have it. Because to be honest, since the rods have gone out, I have seen a fish and it's just rolled over the spot. So I think they're there. So I think if we can get some bait out, I'd like to think that we can get, you know, maybe one, you know, through the night. So fingers crossed. But anyway, so yeah, rigs wise, all using PB Products components for the rigs, but I'll run through that, what I'm using. And I'm using the hit and run leg clip leaders, which I absolutely love, because yeah, during the night you don't tend to get a little couple of bleeps. It's a one noter because it's obviously doubled over. When any sort of movement, it's just bosh, and it just, yeah, you get a one noter pretty much every time. So that's what I'm going to be going with, guys. So yeah, the only thing I'm missing is a hard hat. The amount of times I've been hit on the head with flicking acorns falling. So yeah, it's like the blitz here. God. But anyway, right, so I can't do any more, guys. I'm all sorted. It's looking lovely now. It's just starting to settle down. You know, the public is starting to disappear. The parakeets are out in full force. So yeah, it's nice. So happy days. Right, so the only thing I can do now is just wait for the flying rats to do one, and that'll probably be dark o'clock, and then get some bait out. So in the meantime, I think we better have a little look in here, see if we can find a nice cold beer. So that must be beer of the week. Right then, guys, so this week's beer of the week. Now, special mention goes to Neil Tong, who messaged me on Instagram and suggested this one. I'm not sure, well, I have tried it. I've tried it once, actually, tell a lie. I have tried it once down in Essex when I went away for the Queen's Jubilee, wasn't it? So yeah, I went down to Essex with friends, and we had a nice little pit stop in a pub, and I did try it. I tried my mates. So yeah, I haven't had my own, but I tried a bit of his. So yeah, I thought when he suggested this, I thought, right, let's give it a bash, because I see it in the shop, and I thought, right, let's have that. So without further ado, this week's beer of the week is well, I'm just going to say neck oil, because it was known as neck oil, but it's called Beavertown Neck Oil IPA. So it's an IPA. Like I say, usually I'm a lager. I prefer my lagers, but yeah, I'll give it another bash anyway. So Beavertown Neck Oil, right? So it's a 4.3%. What does it say here? Drink fresh. Does it give us anything? Not really, to be honest. No, just a jazzy old can. But yeah, don't really give you anything else. So just get stuck in there. So 4.3. That's all you're gonna get. Right. Let's give it a go. So yeah, cheers, Neil. Lovely jubbly. It's funny. I always find IPAs a bit fruity. I don't know. Strange. But yeah, that's it is nice. I remember my mate saying, old Matt, he said to me when we were down there, he said, give it a bash, mate, you'll like this. He said, I know you like your lagers, but you'll like this. And to be fair, it was refreshing, so let's give it another go. As far as IPAs go, it's up there. It's one of my favourites. So yeah, I don't think that's bad. If you're an IPA drinker, you'll probably love it. I prefer my lagers. I prefer my lagers, but that's not bad. So yeah, top man Neil. This week's beer of the week is Beavertown Neck Oil. Right then, guys. So this is my bottom bait presentation. Now, easy to tie, and it does its job. So all you need for it, you only need 4 components, 5 at a push, and all I use, little swivel just up the other end. It's £27 ghost butterfly. This is little bait screw, which is my preference. I mean, you can use a little micro ring swivel if you like to floss your baits on, but I just prefer to you know, just screw them on nice and easy and quick, and then just your little chod hook, and that is it. That is all you need. And the fifth component, if you want it, a little blob of putty, which I put in the middle just to weigh it down. Lovely little bottom bait presentation. Basically, the wafter's just going to sit just ever, the hook's going to sit flush on the lake bed, and the wafter's just going to sit above it, you know, and hopefully the carp will come up, suck that up, and it will turn and flip and catch hold. But that's where it's very important that you have the swivel, because otherwise this might sit at a funny angle and it could flip and catch the fish maybe in the top lip or something like that. So it's important that pulls down. You have to have a swivel on there for me. So anyway, I'll show you how it's tied. Right, so how do we tie the D-rig? So what I do is I take about a foot of the ghost butterfly, and then all you're going to do is you're going to thread that through the front of the hook and pinch it, probably pinch a couple of inches, and then you're just going to whip down the shank of the hook, probably until you get to the point of the hook. Now then you're just going to thread that back through the back of the hook and then pull down tight. Now essentially that's your knot. Then with the tag end, you're just going to cut it at a slight angle, just so it's a bit easier to thread back through. Then all you're going to do is just going to pop your bait screw on, or your micro ring swivel, whatever you prefer, and then you're just going to push that back through the back of the hook, and then just blob that down. Now that's created your D, and then you just got to pop your bait on, your bottom bait or your wafter, whatever you prefer, and then down to the bottom of the rig. You're then just going to pop your swivel on. And then I just use a little figure of 8 loop knot, and that is your rig tied. And then all I do just to finish off is a little blob of putty just in the middle, just to keep that all weighed down. So yeah, that is the D rig. So whenever you get a chance, give it a bash, guys. Right, as you can probably see, I managed to get some bait out. Managed to get a little bit out. Every probably 3, and then they absolutely hammer me. So, but I've done it. So I managed to get enough bait out. I'm not going to put any more out. I'm quite happy with that. So the sooner the better, really. So now it's working. So yeah, that's it. I can chill a little bit. So bit of neck oil. That's nice, to be fair. I'll take that. Well, I've got another couple of neck oils. I might have one or two tonight, and then yeah, I'm going to settle in. I'm going to watch a bit of TV on my old phone and settle in for the night. So hopefully, guys, flipping Acorn City. Listen, look at that. Hopefully, we'll get ourselves a bite, because it's looking cock on, to be honest. So fingers crossed, guys, we'll get ourselves a bite. I've got something to show you in the night. If not, see you in the morning. Right. Right then guys, so we're in. Managed to get ourselves a nice little angry common. It's not big, it's only a small one, but it will do. Back on the Syndicate, and yeah, like I say, it's nice to be off the mark again. Is he going to get a deal as well? No. Hopefully you guys can see that alright. Yeah, chuffed a bit to just get back off the mark. It's been a bit of a lull in the action on the old Syndicate front, so yeah, to come back down here for a little night, and it is a quick night as well. Got to be off early doors. That's happy days, and hopefully, you know, with a few hours left, we can get Rob back out on the spot and hopefully nick another one. Right, let's get it back, get a Rob back out. Right, good morning guys. So after that lovely little common, we followed it up with biggest mirror in the lake. So I'm absolutely buzzing. So there it is. Oh, just get the camera sorted yet, just resting up there. So we'll dig her out in a minute and have a look, but unfortunately I was supposed to get a bit of help with the photos, but he hasn't picked his phone up. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do self-takes, which is unfortunate because it'd be nice to get some decent pictures with this fish being it's so old. Not necessarily the weight that, you know, I'm really into. It's an old relic, so yeah, it's just easy when it's two of you sometimes. But anyway, I've got to get her out in a minute because, you know, I've got to get off. So the light's not perfect by any means, but we'll see what we can do with these self takes. Anyway, right, I need a cup of tea. I need to calm down. We'll give it 5 minutes, and then we'll dig her out and show you. Right, see you in a bit. Right then, guys, we've managed to get the king of the lake, carp, known as sea scale for obvious reasons. But yeah, very old fish. Just weighing in at 33.3, I think. So let's hoist her up for you. Still giving me a bit of stick. Come on, don't forget. And there he is, in all his glory. She's a beaut. To be honest, just took me straight into the weed. Them old power curves held strong, to be fair, and yeah, sharp as a knife. So well happy with that. Yeah, caught on the old amino marine, little cork ball pop-ups. So yeah, I am buzzing. God, I was doing my back in. I used to catch them on this size. Yeah, it's a nice old chunk, beautiful. Thank you, me old China. Mwah. Lovely jubbly. Yeah, I think you'll agree she's an absolute corker. Beautiful old fish. So anyway, right guys, I need to get cleared up because I need to be out there and get to Josh's football. So thanks again guys for all your support, all the beer of the week suggestions, keep them coming in. And the new target is over on the big lake, so we need to start putting our efforts in there. So that's perfect timing, the fact that we've just got a bite, you know, one of the good ones out of here just in time before they close. I think they close sort of next sort of couple of weeks. So yeah, it's just perfect timing. So I'm just going to get the bivvy away and hit the road. So yeah, like I say, thanks again guys. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hit the old bell icon because that'll notify you if there's any new vlogs that come out, usually bi-weekly. So yeah, thanks again for your support guys. So until next time, take care, have a great week, and I'll see you next time on the bank.